Good morning, Sagittarius. How are you? Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning, welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome to the channel as well. Cross watchers, if that's you, welcome too. So this is going to be not functional yet, not enough coffee. This will be a reading for Sagittarius, for Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. Please check out the other messages that are also in your other placements if you find that this video does not resonate for you. Sag, this is going to be for February of 2023. As I'm working diligently to get your videos out for all signs, I follow the direction of Spirit to let me know who needs the next message. Sag, it's going to be you, obviously. Here we are. I'm hoping to get the other two signs, which would be Virgo and Aquarius, out today as well. So then all of the February readings are done. And then we're going to jump into the love readings for Valentine's Day. Yee! Whoo! Right? Like, good stuff. All right, Sag, let's hop into it. If you guys find that this video resonates with you, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you've not done so, hit that notification bell. You're going to get notifications every single time a new video gets posted as well. So that way you kind of get a complete idea. You know, sometimes depending on our charts and what's going on in an astrological sense, you know, we're not quite resonating with our sun signs. So be aware, be cognizant of that. And if you are interested in a personal reading, because remember, this is not a one-on-one, please feel free to reach out to me in the description box below in the About section of the page. You'll find the email on how to reach out to me, and then we can work out the details from there, okay? So, all right, Sag. For the month of February, what's going on for Sagittarius, please, Spirit? Spirit's talking about your essence, so we'll see what that entails. I'm going to take brilliance, productivity, context. I feel like some of you are stepping into your power. You know, that fire energy to me is standing out. Like, there's something mind related when it comes to you guys right now on making some movement forward, creating new fields for yourself. And it's going to be how you express yourself when it comes to that mental thought process and the way that you speak about it. Some of you, I feel like you're wanting productivity, wanting to creatively move forward somehow, but I don't feel like it's quite happening. The way it comes across is it's like going, stop. So let's see. All right. You guys have such a flair about you. And then it's like Spirit's saying life gets real. So you could be enjoying something, and then when it comes down to, yeah, you're definitely being drawn into something. And when it comes into more serious life type situations, it's kind of like a pause. It's almost like taking a leap of faith, but not quite getting there. I don't know. I don't know if it's fear-based or what this is. Discernment. Let's see, Sag. Let's see. I don't feel like you're grounded. I don't think your energy is grounded at this time. It's like you may not be expressing something towards somebody at this time. You may feel bored. You may feel pulled to something, but it's like it's not giving you what it is you think that you need. And when you look at that, if you're seeking for external sources to fulfill a void for you, you could get bored with it. I feel like you guys are in a place and you have the tendency to like go with something for a while and then kind of lay it back down. And I kind of feel that's where you're at. Like, you want to make some moves, you want to take some action, you want to get fired up to do things, but then you become bored, and then it's like you're hiding behind a mask of what it is you're trying to do, or why you're trying to do what it is that you're doing. And I don't feel they're also saying you're trying to make the most of your time, but I don't feel like there's a drive to make the most of your time, actually. It's kind of weird, where it's like, I want to, but you're not letting yourself, whether it's express something, make forward movement somehow. I don't know that it's almost like you don't know how to get there, is how that comes through to me, okay? I do feel like this may be in regards to a person in your life, where maybe you've seen a lot of forward movement, but then something takes a shift where it's like you're trying to work together with somebody, but not sure how to do that. I almost kind of feel like when it comes to matters of the heart, you don't know what to do next. And this could be related to past pain and past situations that kind of hold you up. It's almost like you love, but not sure how to love in a healthy way or a healthy dynamic, or learning how to love in a healthier situation, and you just don't know how to do it because you've not had that before. So let's see. I didn't think this was going to be a love reading, but maybe it is. Do we have love on our minds today, Sag? What's for Sagittarius for February? For whatever reason, the 21st, the 27th, and the 28th of the month is sticking out, and I forget what sign I did, and I remember saying February 28th. So I don't know, I can't remember what sign it was that I said that for, but so the 21st, the 27th, and the 28th. So the end of the month may be very imperative when it comes to this situation. All right, for Sag, please, for the month of February, Spirit. For Sag, let's split the deck here. Understanding and chaos. Okay, yeah, like you may be having a hard time controlling your thought process at this time when it comes to this particular person. Because I just see you like looking at something, looking at a situation surrounding you, and like I don't see this person per se through the cards that are sitting here, but it's like their energy is definitely in your field, like, you know, their energetically connected to you. But I feel like this is mental more than it is anything else. Wishing. I think that for some of you, you had hoped and longed for a situation that would see itself to completion in your life, or someone that would be would bring completion to your life. Like, you know, it would bring you a sense of feeling whole. And it's like, I feel like you present a tough front to show this. Like, you're like, yeah, I'm stable, I'm grounded, I've got all these things. Your energy is not grounded right now. No offense, Sag, but like, I feel like this is, you know, and you got that 2 there, you've got 2 10s sitting here. Something needs to, like, you wanted something that would be a whole thing for you, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think I'm expressing this the best way, but you wanted this, you've wished for this, you've hoped for this, something that was going to be golden and beautiful and fair and balanced and just. But I feel like you both may be in this space of being tough and strong and rugged, and maybe even a little bit rigid from time to time, because you've both been through so much pain, you've both been through so much heartache that's required you to like buck up and deal with this internal lack of confidence, loving in the wrong way. And I'm not saying that you don't mean that you love. If you say I love you, like, you're not meaning it. It's just, there's healthy loves and there's toxic loves. But I feel like there's a lot of wounds that are carried through this partnership that you're trying to discern if it's healthy or not. So you're learning a new way of loving in a more positive manner. But I feel like you're bored with it. Let's see. I feel like there's certain parts of this situation that's triggering to you that might, for some of you, I feel like it builds up your confidence and then it kind of plateaus. For others of you, you appear to be confident in the direction in which you're going, but I don't think that you are. Like there's a little bit of insecurity that's laying beneath the surface. Not speaking up for what it is that you want, what it is that you desire. All right, let's clarify. Wishing for Sag, please, Spirit. Let's, like, it's kind of like you've really longed for something, and that there's nothing wrong with that. Ace of Pentacles and Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you've really longed to learn how to work, you know, to work with somebody, to have a stable foundation, like I said, that would bring you a sense of completion in your life, to have that long-term partnership, or, you know, whatever, but something that is giving to you. But I feel like, again, as much as you're drawn to it, you're bored with it. So, all right, wishing. Yeah, you wanted your happily ever after. You want this success and victory. You may see somebody in this light that they are your success, like they are your victory, they are your win, they are your, you know, riding off into the sunset kind of energy. They may be dealing with particularly painful situations that it's almost like you guys both run back into this space of knowing what it is that you want, knowing what you don't want to settle for, seeing each other in this light, but there's something there that kind of, again, plateaus, and it's like it doesn't want to move forward from that space. Six of Cups. You guys have I think that for many of you right now, this is very much about coming together to heal, because, you know, the Temperance is balancing out the emotions, right? Some Aquarius energy there. Doesn't have to be an Aquarius, but it's like, you know, Spirit is saying that they bring in a sense of fulfillment to you. They may be a lot more caring than things and people that you've done in the past. They don't require a lot from you. And I think for you, Sag, a lot of the times you're very, very much the person who tried to give, tried to please, tried to, you know, over exceed what it is a person wanted. Like you would give anything, but where you were giving in the past, it wasn't a healthy dynamic. I don't think that it was a shared dynamic. It was, you give to me and I'll take, and then you left, you know, you got left being depleted. I don't feel that this person, this is like a love reading. I never do love readings. Turned into something that was much more cautious and careful, and they enjoy giving back to you, or sometimes they may not know how to give back to you because they don't feel like you're a great receiver, you know, so they independently work towards it. Like you're both very independent, very, very happy in a lot of the parts of your life, but this dynamic, it hits a level and then it's like, where do you go from here? How does that move forward, right? And I feel like you're trying to balance out those situations. Here, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Lovers. Yeah, that progression just stops, and it's leaving you in this sense of, pardon me, my lips are dry. The choice is like, okay, you see this situation. There's that Three of Pentacles again. King of Pentacles behind that, the Ten of Wands. It's like you're almost there. Like you almost get there with this person. You've pushed hard and worked hard to get to your place of what you feel is your stability. Learning to work together so that you can have that Ten of Cups. So you can have things that are all, you know, beautiful and stuff, but there's a mismatching of choices, you know, and that Lover's card, you know, tends to talk about choices as well. And what came out on the bottom of the Wisdom of the Oracle, or that Oracle, was choices, right? So it's like, for some of you, you may have other options that are surrounding you at this time. For others of you, you're not sure of what choice you're going to have to make in order to make this go forward. But I almost feel like you're in a stalemate kind of energy. Yeah, you got the Five of Swords. To me, this is like trying to protect yourself, trying to reserve just enough, because I feel like whatever has happened in the past, Queen of Wands there, like you learned that taking this quick action to get to where you were, or to make yourself feel good, or to make someone else feel good, kind of defeated. Like, I feel like you're afraid that someone's going to come in, take, and then leave. And I feel like for some of you, that's what's happened in the past. That's what you're familiar with. So it's like, how far do we go from here? Or how far can we go from here? You've got 3 6s in this particular part of the spread. And, you know, 6s, a lot of people see that as negative. I don't. You know, 6s are very much about our soul path and what we're Kiddo's home, so if you hear her singing in the background, my apologies. But it's like, it's your soulmates, it's your soul contracts, it's karmic sometimes. This can pertain to your childhood. You know, you may have been seen as the person who always just gave. And at some point in your life, you got tired of giving. Like, you still, it's your innate nature to want to give and to want to share. But you also recognize that those types, you have to discern, and there's that discernment, right? Discerning if it's meant for you, in the sense that some people will come into your life and they will just take, right? Other people will come in and go, hey, thanks for dinner. Let me buy you dinner next week. And that exchange is equal. I don't feel like that you've dealt with equal exchange in the past. So this is coming in and it's different than what you're used to dealing with. But in the same time, you're still very much protecting yourself, or you're seeing this person as they're probably going to do the same thing. It's almost like you're in your head going, I remember what this was like. So I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop, you know, and that can be, you know, self-fulfilling prophecy. If that's what's always in the back of your mind, is seeing it the same way that it's always been done before. Whether you recognize it or not, you're manifesting, you're pulling that into yourself eventually. You're creating that dynamic. Like, you want things to go to shit, stay in a negative connotation of what life is going to give to you. You know, you're asking for lemons, right? So be careful in what you're thinking about and how you're addressing it. This warrior, the queen, or the warrior card, the Queen of Swords comes out with that. You know, she's sharp, she's mentally intellect, she tries to be versatile in changing her thought process sometimes when she needs to, but she's also gained significant knowledge, and she holds on to that 4 of Pentacles, holding on to some sense of control or mental aspect, you know, holding on to a thought pattern or a process. The 10 of Pentacles, again, to me, that's hanging on to what it is that you know what you want. Again, how to get there. And there I say that, how to get there, there's that 2 of Swords. Not sure, you know, again, clear picture of what you want. How you get to what you want is questionable at this time for you. You're not understanding how you're going to get there. And I feel like King of Cups, you're going to have to mix. Like, it's almost like you've got, and there's the King of Wands. There you are, Sag. Like, you're embracing a lot of different elements, but the only thing is, like, with that Queen of Swords, you know, she communicates very truthful, harsh truths, and you also may be dealing with somebody who is very settled in their ways right now. They, you know, King of Cups too can represent Cancer. I see it more as a Cancer Scorpio card, but Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The Lover's card, you may be dealing with a Gemini. They're saying you may have Gemini in your chart. And then the Wheel of Fortune is Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius, right? So, you know, a few different players on the board here, but it doesn't have to be those signs. Yeah. So whoever it is that you're dealing with is very settled in their ways. There's that 3 of Swords. I think you're both, again, I talked about that warrior card. I could see that as both sides of the fence there. Both coming in with this stern, oh, I'm good. I've been through hell, but I'm good. I've never been better sense. And there's a lot of heartbreak attached to that, of trying to navigate that pain. I feel like you guys are a healing space. There's that four of Wands. This is totally love. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, God. The Tower, the 9 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, the 2 of Swords. Oh, like, I feel like internally you know your emotions. Like, you know your emotional truth internally. This person that you may be dealing with could be fully aware of their own emotional truth, but it's almost like it's not being discussed. It's not being brought to light. And so then when actions are taking over, that fire energy of taking action and how they respond, or the way that communication is going, or what is being held back by you or them or both of you, that's creating this confusion as to, I don't know that this is going anywhere. What are we doing? Am I wasting my time? I think that both of you have very similar goals in mind, that you just want to be happy. You want to be happy. You want to celebrate the good things. You got that 6 of Cups, that 6 of Wands, that 10 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, beautiful cards. But it's like working to get to that foundation of stability is extremely difficult. Because it's like you've both worked to get to your stable, again, you've gotten to your stable place. But yet it's like, if I give up it's almost like a battle of the egos, in a sense that if I give up control to you somehow, then I run the risk of being vulnerable to you and what it is that you choose to do. I think you both have a lot of healing work that needs to be done at this time. So let's see, cards. I don't really feel like I need to, we'll see. I might switch up decks here for the final card. I've been using the Alana Fairchild's White Light Oracle, but I kind of feel like, Spirit's telling me to switch, and I've got the Light Worker Oracle. You may, because I feel like you're both working to heal each other somehow. You're healing. You got anxiety in the past. What did I say? Speaking, communicating. There's that 5th chakra, the throat chakra, and the sun. Temple path. It's the way to healing, right? Talked about that. You guys, I'm gonna reiterate. You both have had a hell of a ride to get to where you are. Relationship wise, dealing with love and other people. That forced you to step into a sense of independence that you didn't know before. And it's almost like you've got comfortable being alone. You've got comfortable being in thoughts that are exhausting, unfortunately. But that's just where you are at this time. That 5th chakra, learning to communicate better and express your desires. That sun, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. I don't want to jump to conclusions without clarifying that one, because it could be absolutely wonderful, but it's like, are you going to let it get wonderful? So let's clarify this anxiety. 2 cards. The Fool, yeah. Not willing to take a chance to open up too much. Like, you try to come in balanced, you try to come in fair, trying to make heads and tails, and there is give and take in this situation, but not fully jumping in, because of that past heartbreak. The choices that you made before, I think, really led, and them too, I think this is two-sided, led to some real emotional pain, a lot of emotional heartbreak that taught you to have to be clever. And it's always like a game of wits too, on top of this game of ego, kind of outwitting one another in who's doing what, when, and why they're doing what they're doing. Like, what's the motive behind them giving something to me, or what's the motive behind maybe a different behavior. Maybe they just happen to think about you and call, and you're just like, what are you calling me for? What'd you do wrong? Like, there's still past scars and past trauma there that's leading you to question the other side, but you're trying to remain fair about it. Like, you're trying to stay out of that space, but I feel like it's a struggle sometimes. 5th chakra. What is this about for Sag? Gemini, the Lovers. You can't get away from this Lovers card. Listen, you guys you're meant to work together to learn expression. You're meant to work together to touch back into the emotional space of love. Understand what it is to nurture. I feel like both of you are learning how to nurture yourselves. I also feel like some of you know that you need to nurture yourself in a different way than you have before, and that may be part of the stagnation that I feel in the beginning, where you know you need to do things differently. And I think that pertains personally to you. These may be health choices. This may be just getting up and moving. This may be coming out of a state of depression. But knowing that there's, that hangman is a different perspective. Knowing that you have to do things differently, but I don't feel like you're making those changes quite yet. The Hermit, no, because you're still sitting with what you've learned from the past. I think you're very hopeful. I feel like you tend to go in and out of the space of healing too. It's like, okay, I'm okay with sitting in this and thinking about this today, or addressing this to some extent. And then you go back into, well, it's fuck it, whatever, right? And then something happens that sends you back into that space of healing. So it's like not a consistent healing process. And because of that, it's taking a much longer time to get through this phase because you're not just addressing it at once. It's itsy bitsies, you know, it's itty bitty here and there. This Sun card, Sag, the Sun card, Ace of Cups, new love, Five of Wands, some conflict there. What else for the Sun, Spirit? Clarify the Sun for Sag. Clarify the Sun for Sag. The Strength card, Leo, energy, Page of Wands. Spirit is saying a period of renewal. This conflict, and I'm gonna go ahead and clarify, what is this Five of? This conflict may surround you being defensive with the heart space still. Let's see, you guys got, there's no, what I like to see, I'm gonna sneeze, I think. Do this all the time with you guys. It's right there. My nose itches and I sneeze when I do readings. It's nutty. Anyhow, okay. I don't see divine pairings in the sense that I'm seeing like a Queen of Cups, King of Cups, Queen of Swords, King of Swords. I'm seeing the Queen of Pentacles. I'm seeing the Queen of Swords. I'm seeing the King of Cups. To me, what that's representing right now is that not quite on the same page. It's kind of like you both are fluctuating in and out of certain energies. Some you're thinking about it, others are getting emotional about it, other times you're like, I'm just good and I don't need anybody, like I've got my shit together on my own. And yeah, and there's the Emperor and the Two of Pentacles, and you're trying to get yourself into this king or this Emperor space again, but it's like there's a little bit of confusion. I've seen, I think, everything but the Two of Wands. Oh my gosh. And the Knight of Pentacles comes out. I'm okay on my own. I still feel like both sides are fighting. Like you're gaining clarity surrounding what is going on internally, but it's like you guys just can't quite connect. And it's frustrating. And I think that conflict is more internal. I don't feel like you're expressing it. Like I don't feel like there's any angry words being exchanged. The beautiful thing about this, whatever this is that's going on for you guys, is it's not, I don't want to say that it's not heavy, but it's not aggressive. There's no anger. Like whatever's happened in the past, like you're not taking that hurt and that pain and taking it out on another person. You're just trying to protect yourself. And we can only do that for so long, and we have to kind of allow ourselves to be vulnerable. But in the same breath, it's like to see hurt people not hurting other people because they've been hurt. That is a really wonderful thing because you're showing compassion, you're showing empathy, but you're also, because you're trying to reach the other side of what feels good, right? Which is, again, a beautiful thing to be aware of. But you're just not sure how to get there because it's been so ass backwards for so long. To have somebody come in and show you something about them that is not like all the things before can be confusing because it's showing you a different way of loving. And it's I get goosebumps. I always get the goosebumps. Goosebumps, sneezes, and nose itches. It is showing you something very different that somebody doesn't just want to take. They want to give back somehow. You may be in a position to give more than you're receiving. So if this is, I'm looking at lots of pentacles on the table. Oh, not a lot, but a good bit. So this may pertain to finances. Maybe you're helping and they want to help. So they, try to help you in other ways. And for someone to come back and offer you a hand in anything, it could be so much as just vacuuming. I don't know. It could be anything. You wonder what it is that they desire to have from you. And I don't know that they do. I don't think that they do. They just try to open up the best way that they know how. And this could be you, Sag, flip the roles as reversed. You could be trying to give back somehow and not knowing how to give back because you don't feel that you're worthy of that. And there's that internal conflict again, right? The Chariot and forward movement. Confusion. Yeah, again, you guys are, I think February is going to be a month of you kind of struggling. Like, no, it's almost like you're hanging on, even though it's hard. But the reality of the situation is, if something is going to change, there needs to be open, honest communication about how you feel, what it is that you desire, what it is that you need. You know, it's like, are we leveling up, or are we staying where we are and this is all that it will ever become? Because that's really the way that it comes across. So, yeah. It's kind of a bittersweet thing to be in, because you are healing. That healing is monumental for anything else to come. But it's like you're mirroring each other. You're both in the same place. And there's nobody to lead by example in the situation, we'll put it that way, right? But I think the connection in itself, even if it doesn't seem to make great strides, it is a very caring connection. It's a very loving connection. It's a very sincere connection. It's very genuine. I think time is because they're not showing me anything outside of that time is going to be the indicator as to what comes. But I want to tell you, be careful with the way you're viewing it, because if you want to recreate a situation from the past, keep thinking about it. And I'm not saying that you don't ever think about it. I mean, if it comes up, you address why it's coming up, you work on why it's coming up, understanding why it comes up, deal with the emotions of it, and you move forward. But don't see it as, well, this happened to me before, so it's just going to happen again. It's just a matter of when. I'm waiting for this to occur, because you're asking for it. Your thoughts become things. Law of attraction. And then it's like, oh, I knew that they were going to. No, I'm not saying that they would or wouldn't, but what I'm saying is, why would you give that power? It's going to be about your thought process too. So you need to stop and think about why you're thinking the way you are, and is it fair? You know, the one thing that's that Fool in reverse and that Justice card, are you giving the other person an opportunity or a fair shot without assuming the worst of a situation? Just because, and you may not be assuming the worst of the person, I think you're just assuming the worst of the situation because that's what you're familiar with. So be cognizant of that. All right, let me see, guys. Give me 1 second here. I think I'm gonna get. I don't know. I think I'm gonna use these instead for you guys. I'm not real sure why, but Spirit is like, different deck, please. So that's what we'll go with. So this is Alana Fairchild's Lightworker Oracle, guidance of empowerment for those who love the light. And I do feel like this reading is much lighter and much more lovely. And it's a love reading of some sorts, but I think it's healing. I don't think that it's like lovey-dovey. It's just like, here, let me be there for you. So I like, even though this is not like rainbows and butterflies, I feel like it's a good space to be in. It's just going to take you guys some time to work through this process in February. Be kind to yourselves. Be gentle with yourselves. And be gentle with the other side too. Remember, they didn't create your past situations. You didn't create theirs. You're both learning to love again. And it's not a bad thing. Ascension, the Rainbow Bridge, the Heart Transmission. All right, let's see. Sag. One card for Sag, please, Spirit. My hands are never big enough for these oracle cards. Tiny hands. For Sagittarius, please, Spirit. For Sagittarius. Oop, we'll take it. Life Path, number 20. Let's see what the book says. Life Path 20. New life is being created. I see these babies on here. Our babies are innocent. They mean well. They're enjoying life. They're protected. They're being guided through life as they go. They're growing. They're, gaining wisdom each and every single day. I almost feel like for the two of you, whoever this reading is for, you are experiencing that new growth. Again, you're learning a new way of love. Children come into the world, they just love because they can, because they know that that makes them feel good. It lights up their soul. They are angelic beings, and I feel like the two of you crossing paths too, again, it's like you're angels to each other in the sense that you're giving each other a safe space to heal, to be curious, and to give yourselves time. You know, babies don't learn to crawl overnight, and, you know, eventually as soon as they start crawling, then they take off a running, right? Give yourself and give that person that place to be safe and to grow. So that's how that comes across. Then that 20 breaks down to a 2, which to me is most often a sign of unity, right? So let's see. Do you wonder about your divine life path and purpose? You have been enrolled in spiritual training. This training might be obvious in the form of a course you are undertaking, or hidden in a life lesson that you're currently triggering your healing, learning, and growth. Whether it is obvious or not, successfully completing this training will empower you to fulfill your divine purpose this lifetime. Further clarity will be revealed to you. The universe promises that you shall know what you need at the perfect time and in a way that you cannot miss. That's what I said. Like, outside of this, they're not showing me a whole lot. You are in a spiritual training of divine mission that serves your soul development and spiritual growth, whilst stimulating or simultaneously helping others. It will help you express your spiritual purpose this lifetime. At times, your training may be aligned with study or applying your skills in ways that seem more obviously aligned with your spiritual path. At other times, your spiritual training may be disguised in ordinary life circumstances. If you are unsure of what you are meant to be learning, of exactly how you are in spiritual training at the moment, look at the situations in your life that are causing you the most struggle. This is where you find your training taking place. The struggle is the place where holding on is competing with letting go. It is, however, nothing to be ashamed of. A growth edge where you are doing the inner work of growing into a more peace, trust, and love is a sign that you are certainly growing. It isn't comfortable. Sometimes it might cause fatigue and even a sense of defeat. Yet you shall not give up. You shall continue, and in time you shall triumph with feelings of peace, resolution, and wisdom. If you are feeling stuck, perhaps you're working on a significant issue or challenge that won't seem to resolve itself no matter how much effort you apply, then you're being guided to ask for help from your spiritual team using the invocation below. Call upon your own higher self and soul to take over all aspects of the issue. Be patient. Do not resist what is, but neither collapse into it. Use your spiritual practice, for example, meditation, journaling, dance, music, art, yoga, time in nature, and prayer, to strengthen you as you move through this training. If you are uncertain about what is happening in your life now, don't fret. Sometimes a smaller desire has to be sacrificed for the attainment of the greater vision. Be at peace. Know that all beings shine at the right time, and so shall you. This oracle is also confirmation that a vision of your path on earth is being shared with you, whether in small daydreams, big dreams at night, in meditation, or simply the feedback you receive repeatedly from different sources. You are being asked to trust in what you see, sense, and feel about your vision for your life path and divine purpose. Even if you are not clear, trust that it is coming to you with loving divine timing. Be open-minded and listen for what makes your heart sing. And I think, guys, when it said it's being the vision of your path is being shared with you, that really stood out to me, because like I said, it's like you both are fully aware, like your ideas are aligned. It's getting there. It's like there's a little bit of something that's off in the midst of it. Both want the same things in a lot of ways, but it's like you're mirroring, you're reflecting to one another what's going on. So Sag, I hope this video helped you, brought some answers. I feel like for some of you too, it's almost like this reading needed to be confirmation to what it is that you're already feeling, like, you know, but maybe not able to express that or put it into words, even whether it's with that person or for yourself. So it's like, you know, confirmation of what it is that you already know, but learning to decipher it as part of the, I feel like this message is one of just straight healing. And honestly, some of the messages that I looked to myself during some situations in my life and you know, years back, and it provided light and it provided clarity. So I hope that this message does the same for you. I really do. That's why I do what I do. So Sag, I'm wishing you the best month of February. Take it easy on yourselves. Take it easy on them. Discern appropriately, and you know, let it be a give and take. You deserve to have give and take, and so do they. So if you found this video resonated for you, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not yet done so. Again, if you want a more in-depth reading, this resonated, and you have other questions, please feel free to reach out to me in the email below, in the description box, or the about section of the page, or the description box below. There we go. And I'll be happy to set something up for each and every one of you. So I'm wishing you guys, again, the best February. I'm sending you my love, light, and all the healing energy, or energy of healing. I'm asked backwards this morning. So you guys take care, and I'll see you next time around. Bye-bye.